What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we have another Worlds 2017 video for Game of Thrones, the card game, brought to you by these people who support the channel at patreon.com/Rob's Gaming Table. Thank you so much, everyone. James playing a Lannister, Banner of the Rose, a Wonder Woman deck in this match against Adam, who we've seen previously, playing Tyrell, a Reigns of Castamere. And we have Rattleshirts Raiders and the Arbor set up on the Tyrell side of things. We have a Minstrel, looks like Isle of Ravens, Casterly Rock, and Small Council Chamber on the Lannister side. So this Wonder Woman is one of those combo decks similar to Hyper Viper that we saw in the summer. Over in Europe, I believe they're both played. And then we've had some players seem to net deck them and modify them and bring them here to Worlds. So combo was the story of Worlds. So we saw lots of Hyper Viper. James was the only Wonder Woman deck I knew of. And we see it here in the top 16. If you guys haven't already watched them, we have another video from the top 16 already up. We have 3 games from Day 2 Swiss that were also posted on the channel, all in a playlist. World's 2017 coverage on Rob's Gaming Table on YouTube, obviously. We got traded with the Batoshi, flipped into Counting Coppers to start on the Lannister side. So 3 gold on a Counting Coppers is not a bad thing. So Baron the Maiden Fair being played in the plot phase here to mess around with the Lannister player's deck, I'm sure, to make sure that he finds his combo pieces. Now, I'm not 100% familiar with how this works compared to the Hyper Viper, but I assume it's the same kind of thing where they dig and they try to do a big bomb turn with like Cersei and Jaime. And play a bunch of events out of the discard pile with that Annals of Castle Black and try to race to 15 power in like 1 round. But we'll see it here, so stay tuned.
Oh, these four on top. These 4 on top. You want to try that? No. I'm fixing this. No, so okay. I did. Yeah, so I draw. I draw for 2. Okay. Go ahead.
So he's done with his Baron the Maiden Fair. They're going to draw phase. And Tyrell player going first gets Renly out there.
Yeah, 5, 6 gold.
Still has 6 gold to go. Played a, looks like a Pleasure Barge there to draw some cards. Bodyguard now on Renly. And Paxter Redwin. And he duped the Arbor, ladies and gentlemen. The Arbor has been duped. So over to the Lannister player, James for marshalling. And Taina Merriweather, I forget what her name is, but she is now on the board duped. I believe she's used for cycling cards, if I'm correct. Just going to figure that out now. Taina Merriweather. Reaction after you play an event. Choose and discard 1 card from your hand to draw a card. So, way to cycle some cards there. And now the Honeywind's on the board after he wins the challenge by 5 strength, I believe. He gets a power on the Honeywine. You see Small Council Chamber out there getting a power on after he wins Intrigue, so another way to speed up the power gain on that turn, or a couple turns when he goes to rush for the victory. And Tourney Grounds to help reduce the cost of events.
You know what, brother? I'll say...
So that Merryweather Girl is kind of gross because he'll be able to discard cards he wants in the discard pile after playing events and drawing cards, and just helps him fill up his discard pile for that Annals of Castle Black turn or 2 turns. I think he's playing 2 Annals of Castle Black in this deck, since I don't think they need, maybe they don't need 2 Wheels Within Wheels to load up the discard pile. Maybe they just do it with this Tana Merryweather. All right, so we got Never Bet Against the Family. Reveal the bottom 5 cards of the deck, I believe. Put a unique Lannister character into play. And it's the Mountain. Could be Cersei, but she's going to go on the bottom of the deck. And then Tana Merryweather triggered to discard a dupe of Small Council Chamber to draw a card. And you see by Adam's body language across the table, he's really impressed and is really enjoying his time in this game already. I remember walking up and seeing him. He looks so bored. And watching this go, I think this is going to be like the Hyper Viper. So if you guys want to fast forward to like 8 or 10 minutes left in the video to see how this finishes, I would not be upset. If this is going to be like the Hyper Viper draw fest. Draw, shuffle, draw, shuffle, draw, shuffle, discard, draw, shuffle, discard. All right, pass. Oh, man. Some funny comments in the previous Hyper Viper video, which I think was Swiss video number 1 from this series for Worlds 2017. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch. But some good comments on that one, and comments on the post for it in Facebook. But just people saying about how if this is Game of Thrones, they're selling their collection. If this is where it's going. Oh, man. Fun times for all.
How many goals do you have now? I have 2 goals. So, how many times do you have? I'm sorry, I get 1 goal. Yeah, so 1 goal. And I use
So he's playing Bear in the Maiden Fair, using the song, triggering the Minstrel to get a gold.
This is my 2nd time. I played... I'm sorry? Oh, yeah. So this is my... Actually, it's the first. Okay. Oh, because once. Twice. Yeah, so no, because she and play... Oh, yeah, so you're right. This is twice.
So I guess he's triggered the Minstrel twice, playing 2 Bear in the Maiden Fairs. Not sure if he did it the first time, but he's definitely doing it now. Hand's Judgment's discarded to draw another card with Miss Merryweather there.
All right. I will do a military challenge.
So did the Tyrell players skip their challenges here? I guess he did. And we have Sir Gregor coming in on the military. Block with the... Oh, is he blocking with both? Doesn't want him to win by 5, I guess. It's 10-9. I don't know if that's the best choice. Only 1 gold on the Lannister side. Shouldn't have to worry about a put to the sword. He is going to block with both. 10-9.
Reactions, opposed, unopposed, claim.
Claiming the Rattle Shirts Raiders. And Mountain ability. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Pulls the Lord Renly off the top of the deck. 7 costs, hits the other Lord Renly, saves himself with Bodyguard. Wow. That's a crazy Mountain hit right there. At least Renly's still in play. No king on the other side of the board to stop that save effect. Needs to put Renown on the Mountain, but I guess since he's going away, doesn't care. I don't know if he gets discarded or killed or whatever after I Never Bet Against the Family, but we'll see. And Intrigue. Fully... Oh. What is happening here?
So, reaction.
So, intrigue challenge, I believe, with Miss Merriweather for 2.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. You win.
Paxter blocks for 2.
Okay. Oh, yeah, so.
He plays Lord Renly's Ride for some reason to get +6. But then that's Hand's Judgment. And I'm confused. Oh, then second intrigue with the Minstrel. Going through there unopposed, getting some claim. And there goes a Mountain discarded from the event. Yeah, I was going to say the Lord Renly's Ride should have been reduced off Paxter as the first event. But I should have one save there, so dominance would have gone to the Tyrells. Or no, they were tied. Tied on Dom. Tied on Dom. The Lannister player had a gold also. So 2-0 here for the Lannisters. And one thing I noticed from commentating on Adam's previous match in this series, he plays really fast and kind of doesn't really communicate with his opponent on action windows or anything, so he just kind of goes ahead and draws his draw phase and before, you know, even the plots are finished resolving, and he'll jump to grabbing claim before actions and that kind of thing. So I'll try not to get lost here, but you may have to rewind the video a couple times to catch what happens there in the interactions in a challenge. He's playing in like 4 times speed mode in his mind. Very good player. He just obviously has gone through a lot of reps with the game, and he just moves a lot faster than his opponent. So I'll try to keep up. So we now have Wheels Within Wheels here is the second plot into Late Summer Feast. So he's going to seed his discard pile full of events here. And he finds a ton. Wow. Wow. 9 out of 10 cards. And takes Bear in the main fair. That's disgusting. And now he's going to play Bear in the main fair. Surprise. Should be triggering the Minstrel. I guess he does that after Bear in the main fair.
Actually, yeah, I guess this was on top. I didn't shuffle after.
Oh, yeah, he's got to shuffle after Wheels Within Wheels, you realize.
What? I didn't shuffle when I... Because I only had one card. Okay, shuffle.
He's going to look at the top 5 cards, put up to 3 of them on the bottom of the deck in any order he'd like. Put the other ones back on the top. And he's doing this in plot phase to set up his draw phase so he can draw into the cards he needs. And he can see the bottom of his deck when he plays another Never Bet Against the Family or whatever. He might be able to put some unique Alani characters on the bottom that he might want to grab. And they're going to keep track of the limit on the Minstrel. I think she's got 2 triggers per round, I think.
Yeah, and draw for...
3 times per round. 3 times per round limit on the Minstrel. So I already like this Wonder Woman deck better than the Hyper Viper since we've already seen characters on the board on the Lannister side, and he's actually done challenges. So I already like it a lot more. Still has those long action windows, though, of doing draw and stuff like that in the plot and draw action windows. And there's a little finger coming in to help draw some cards.
No, not 11. So 12, but you're minus 1 from the first one, right? Or 3, 12. Oh, you're right, you're right.
So we got a second pleasure barge there to draw some cards. Littlefinger and Paxter doing a great job offsetting those pleasure barges. Now gets a Rose Road. And a great haul. I don't know how he's playing 2 limiteds. Doesn't have Eleanor in play. Oh, he's trying to play an Isle of Ravens and plays the Great Hall by accident. Like I said, it goes really fast. A little too fast. He's playing the wrong cards. But in the previous video, he did have Eleanor Tyrell where he's able to actually play the 2 limiteds. So he probably plays a higher amount of limiteds, I'm sure. And that helps fuel all the big dudes. He's flopping on the board with Renown. Six gold saved on the Tyrell side. Over to the Lannisters for marshalling. And that's going to be it for marshalling. Over to challenges for the Tyrell player. And he's going to take a card out of his opponent's discard pile and shuffle it back into the deck. Never bet against the family. He doesn't need that in the discard pile when Annals Castle Black's played. Less chance of bringing characters into play. And then we have Bestow 3 on the Informer coming in there on ambush. And he's going to draw 3 cards off character ending play and discard 3 cards. Can't really tell what they are under the glare there. And he passes challenges. Doesn't want to win any, I guess. Doesn't want to give his opponent cards off the force reaction off Late Summer Feast. Guess he wants to play a little defensively. I would assume you'd want to rush and try to win as fast as you can, but maybe he's trying to keep power off his house cards so his opponent can't really get any. And play defensively and gain power on the defense. So we got Renly's Ride. Getting a gold off the Minstrel for a song. And discarding a Minstrel off Miss Merryweather's ability to draw a card. It's Taina Merryweather. If that's how you say it, I don't know. I'm bad at pronouncing names, guys. You know this.
Here's your discard pile. I'll ship back order.
So Renly's Ride getting shuffled back into the Tyrell player's deck, using Olive Ravens on the other side.
Alright, and I will pass challenges. My dominance? Yep.
And dominance to the Tyrell player. That was not exciting at all. No challenges there. That's crazy. It's the calm before the storm. And we have close call flipped on the Tyrell side into Valar Morghulis flipped on the Lannister side. The alt art Valar Morghulis given out at Worlds.
Yeah, how much power do you have?
Nice plots,
Yeah,
great
okay.
art. And it's a plot we actually play.
I'll have...
So less power on the Tyrell side means he chooses who goes first since they both have 0 initiative. Which does matter with close call. You may want to kill and then move someone out of the dead pile. Problem is, a copy of Renly is already in the dead pile from the mountain. So, Lannister player is going to go first, and he's actually going to choose close call to go off first. Moving Renly and drawing a card, and then all the rest go in the dead pile. So Renly is back in the dead pile, though. And Taina Merryweather saves herself with a dupe. Minstrel goes to the dead pile.
Alright.
And Miss Merryweather there gets another duplicate, so all 3 copies have been seen.
Cards in hand?
And another Minstrel, so all 3 copies of the Minstrel have been seen now.
Go ahead.
And that's going to be it for the Lannister marshalling. Over to the Tyrell player for marshalling. Gets a Rose Garden in play for his limited. Kneels that right away to reduce the cost of somebody. And it's going to be Large Marge. And then Renly's Pavilion. And that's going to be it. All the gold spent on the Tyrell side. Does the Lannister player have a way to get a military icon on the board? Oh wait, he's got 0 claims, so it does not matter. Forget that. So it looks like the Lannister player James here is actually going to do some challenges. Fully blocked by Marjorie Tyrell there. And takes a renown. And second entry coming in with the Minstrel. Renly's Pavilion, reducing the cost of the Minstrel.
Oh no, you're 0. 0. Oh, so if you okay.
And James unfamiliar with going in with 0 on the attack. It's not going to win you the challenge and not get you unopposed. You have to win to actually get unopposed and have more than 0.
Alright. That's actually... Hold on.
Looks like he's going to reduce the cost of an event here with Turning Grounds. I think they're still in the challenge. No, maybe not. He's going back on that. No Turning Grounds.
Dom tie. Sure. Which one? Dom is tie. Yeah, Jack. Dominance is tie. Yeah, what do you want to do for Isle Ravens?
So tie on Dominance, I think here Adam's saying. And then Isle of Ravens. He's going to put Hear Me Roar back in the deck. Another way to jump a character and play for cheap. He's trying to dismantle the combo here to prevent these characters from jumping in on that turn, maybe delaying it for the Lannister player. So the Lannister player looking through his hand, looking at his plots, probably thinking, does he have what he needs in his discard pile to slap down Annals of Castle Black yet, or does he need to delay? Does he have what's in his hand that he needs? Will he find what he needs out of his deck? Maybe he hasn't completed his combo now. Maybe that Isle of Ravens across the board has disrupted it enough that he has to delay it another plot. We'll find out here. There is Annals of Castle Black into Ghost of Harrenhal. And Ghost bringing Renly back in, top of the dead pile. And I think we're getting a Minstrel on the other side. So we got 2 Minstrels in play now. Able to double trigger off of a song event being played to gain gold.
Alright. Plot phase. I'll take first action.
So we're in the plot phase actions here. We got Annals of Castle Black out. So here we go. Events being played out of the discard pile and leaving the game. So I think that was a Bear in the Maiden Fair. Look at the top 5 cards. You guys need to grab a snack. Now's the time to go do it. Well, James goes through his plot phase actions here with Annals of Castle Black flipped up. You see Adam, his opponent across the table, put down his cards there. Oh, now he's got them shuffled, but he just leans back in his chair, gets comfortable. He knows this is gonna be some time.
Any action? Yeah, you have next action.
So Isle of Ravens is an action now. To get rid of Lord Renly's Ride, I think was the choice there. Shuffle that back into the deck. And that may be just to shuffle the deck after a Bear in the Maiden Fair is played, but there's still 2 of them in the discard pile, so he's going to be able to mess with the deck again if he wants.
I'll do Bear in the Maiden Fair.
So another Bear in the Maiden Fair. He forgot to trigger the Minstrels. He put it out there to remind himself.
So it's what, once per... Oh, okay. Yeah. I did do it last time because literally just a terrible player. Sorry.
And you heard that there. James admitting he's just a terrible player. Caught that on video and audio. I expect people to cut that audio out and loop that and play it in a loop on Facebook when he posts his funny trash-talking posts. His WWE promo videos there, hyping up tournaments.
I'll try to play Dragon's Tail, unless you have...
So Dragon's Tail, so they both draw 2 cards. So plot actions are done. On to the draw phase.
Yeah, draw actions. Yeah, draw.
So they go to the draw phase. He most likely has some draw actions now.
Alright. I'll get 4.
Oh, we're into marshalling, it looks like.
Alright, brother. Don't hurt yourself too much. I'm just go ahead. So sleepy.
And Adam's actually slapping himself in the head, it sounds like there, to keep himself awake. He says he's getting very sleepy. And James tells him not to hurt himself. So this is a result of playing against combo. You start falling asleep and need to slap yourself to wake yourself up. Oh, man. So we have the Hound in play now. So gold gain there by the Tyrell player. 2 off the plot, I think. And he's got the Arbor for 3, but -2. So that puts him at 4, and then a Rose Road. Yeah, should be at 4, that's right. And then plays a Pleasure Barge. And I think that was Treachery out of the discard pile there. Now Garden Caretaker. And then a King's Road. King's Road being popped. And he spends 1 to play a Treachery out of the discard pile now, leaves the game. Garden Caretaker knelt out to reduce the cost of a Tyrell character by 1. Spends the rest of the gold. And we have Sir Garland Tyrell in play. I think. But no bestow on him. Just looking to get a body on the board. At least he has renown, though, I believe. So we should be into challenges now for the Lannister side of things. He's reading Dornishman's wife there to see if he has less cards, less power, and less characters. Looks like they're tied on characters on the board. I think the Tyrell player has less cards in hand. And Tyrell player's at 2 power. Lannister player's at 2 also. I'm pretty sure there. The house card's a little bit off the screen at the top for the Lannister player, but I think he's still at 2 power. So he's tied there. So Dornishman's wife not doing anything for him unless he needs to get some money from a song event or just needs to trigger Taina Merryweather by playing an event, discarding a card and drawing a card to help him cycle. Well, it looks like James doesn't have the pieces he needs yet. He's kind of slowed down here, seems a little unsure of what to do next. Maybe those Isle of Ravens really did mess him up. Looks like he may be debating playing some events out of the discard pile. He does have a Rose of Gold in there, able to look at the top 3 cards and then put one to hand and put the others on the bottom of the deck, which also work great with Never Bet Against the Family, which he's playing right now for 0. So reveal the bottom 5. And I think he's been seeding it with Baron the Maiden Fair. So he's got Jaime Lannister down there. 2 copies, brings one of them into play. Going to be discarded at the end of the phase. And since he just played an event, he's going to discard a card. Looks like it was an event, hits the discard pile, leaves the game right away, and he draws a card. And here we go, Baron the Maiden Fair. And he's going to get his gold off the minstrels.
Okay, yeah, do it. Any reactions or anything? Oh, no.
So it looks like he's putting a couple on the top, 3 on the bottom.
I use her ability.
And Mayweather trigger again. Discards, it looks like another event out of the game. And draws a card. Turning grounds, reduce the cost of the next event, which is a Rose of Gold. And that gets removed from the game. Last trigger on the Minstrels. And he's up to 5 gold now.
Top 3, put 2 underneath.
And I'm sure he's going to trigger Taina Merryweather again. Or maybe not if he's got what he needs. Or maybe he did it already and I missed that he did it on that one.
That's the fix right here.
So yeah, it sounds like he's still trying to debate on the Merryweather trigger off that last event blade. And he's not going to do it. He's going to play Rose of Gold out of hand. Leaves the game, looks at the top 3 cards, takes one, puts the other 2 on the bottom of the deck. I think he's looking to get Cersei into play, maybe looking for a Hear Me Roar. So I just realized with Garland Tyrell across the board there, even though he's got no bestow on him, he's able to sack him as military claim if necessary and use Marjorie Tyrell, maybe out Standy Randy into play. So he's a good trigger for her. $4 gold left on the Lannister side, no gold on the Tyrell side. Adam has his arms on the table here, trying to hold his head up from falling asleep on his board. And there's the Hear Me Roar. That's what I thought was going to happen. He was digging for it. And Tyrion for a gold. Oh, another Hear Me Roar. Uh-oh, the family's coming. And there's Cersei, big 7-cost Cersei. Doesn't kneel to attack on intrigues. Gets power on her from discarding cards from the opponent's hand. And we have a Nightmares on Renly's Pavilion from the discard pile. Is he going to Nightmares Marjorie or Renly? Get rid of their abilities and the renown. He's got one more Nightmares in there, it looks like.
doing an entry challenge with these 5. I'll stealth.
Now?
I'm sorry?
Now?
Oh, yeah.
So it looks like a big intrigue challenge here with the minstrels, Tyrion, Taena, and Cersei not kneeling to attack. He's stealth there with Tyrion, gain his 2 gold. Not sure who he stealth. Renly or Marjorie. No defenders. Lord Renly's ride on Cersei. That event should leave the game, not be in the discard pile right there. Another Renly's ride on Tyrion.
Alright, so reactions to winning.
So that's double intimidate, but he's only able to do 1 intimidate per challenge. Hopefully he doesn't accidentally do 2 here.
It's not opposed. Claim.
And Eleanor Tyrell on the claim, which gets Cersei's reaction off. We see Small Council gets a power on it. Honeywine gets a power on it.
Sorry?
Intimidate can go 1 in 1 challenge.
So one has.
Even though you have 2.
Even though I have 2.
So yeah, Adam knows on that. James is
So if I have 2 issues of, like, if he has intimidate and she has intimidate, can I do 2 different?
2 different intimidates?
Yeah.
No, intimidate.
yeah, 1 per challenge on intimidate.
Okay.
Hopefully James hasn't been doing that all tournament to get him here in the top 16.
So you only get, like, even if, like, characters have, like, so you only get, like, 1 intimidation. Like, it's a,
And we hear our judge and our marshal, Danny, the designer of the game, both ruling on that. So 1 intimidate per challenge. So kind of a misplay there on the one of the Lord Renly's rides. Should have saved that for a different challenge. But he can use Cersei again on another challenge anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. But Renly goes down on the intimidate.
So 10 minutes for you guys.
10 minutes left in the round, we hear. They got some time added there for the judge call, I think, it sounds like. And looks like we have a gold spent for another Nightmares on Marjorie. He's going to come in on a military challenge, looks like. He realizes Garland Tyrell has a Lord trait and doesn't want to see Marjorie trigger to bring someone else back into play. Adam counting all the power that's possible here to be gained to know whether he needs to defend at all. And remember, we could see a second intrigue challenge since Casterly Rock's on the board. So Cersei could come in on another intrigue. And she does have that Intimidate, so she can get into 3 challenges here with Intimidate. Which I think is what he should be doing. It's just going into that intrigue challenge. And then you can you either have Marjorie knelt to defend, or you just kneel her anyway from Intimidate. James probably counting through to see if he can close it here, because remember, those Hear Me Roars are going to make those characters leave play that came in. Same with the Never Bet Against the Family that brought somebody. I forget who brought what in, but I think Jamie came off the bottom of the deck. Hear Me Roars brought in Cersei and Tyrion. And looks like the awesome cameraman there named Rob is trying to get James Houseguard into shot there, who slowly has slid off the playmat out of camera view. So we see 3, 4, 5, 6 power on the Lannister side, 2 power on the Tyrell side. FFG deciding to print clear power tokens and give them out here just to make it harder for us to track power on videos, as you see on the Tyrell side. Thanks a lot, Jerks in OP. I'm just kidding. They do look nice in person, though. And you hear Adam telling James to hurry up here, running out of time. They've already heard the 10-minute call. He'd like to get to his chance to play.
Intrigue challenge.
And he hopes James isn't slow playing here after hearing the 10-minute call, trying to make sure this is the final round, to make sure he has more power and he can end it before we get to another another round, which does look a little shady. I don't know. So we have the second intrigue challenge coming in with Cersei, defending with Marjorie, winning an intrigue challenge, getting a small council favor, getting a Lord Brandon's Ride discarded, hits the discard pile, leaves the game since Analyst Castle Black's in place. Cersei gets another power since the card was discarded. Did he remember his Tyrion trigger on that intrigue challenge? Not sure. Looks like he's debating playing another Rose of Gold event here. And he's going to do it. Look at the top 3 cards. Pick one. Put it in his hand. The other 2 on the bottom of the deck. Maybe he's got a bet against his family again. Trying to set up. I don't know. Maybe he's looking for a superior claim or something. Some kind of win more event he needs to help get him to the close. And a power challenge with Cersei and the Hound. Blocking with Garland to stop the unopposed. And he gets the Honey Wine, winning by 5 or more. There's a superior claim. And he gets 2 extra power off that. It's not unopposed, but he does get the claim, which we saw Adam already move from his house card. So 12 power on the Lannister side. And now a military challenge with Jaime. And that's going to be it. Unopposed, Renown. Winning by 5 off Honey Wine. And James Booker there takes it with the Wonder Woman deck, everyone's favorite to play against. So he'll be moving on to the top 8, eliminating Adam. And stay tuned, we got more Game of Thrones videos coming up. Another top 16 match, I believe, unless we've already done 3. If not, it's the top 8. I'm losing track here. But a few games from the top 8 and the top 4 coming up, so make sure you guys subscribe. Hit that alarm bell notification button to be notified when the next videos go up. Slap that like button if you like these Game of Thrones videos to help other people find them on YouTube. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, support the work I do here, you can do so at patreon.com by clicking the link in the description below. See you guys in the next one.